You is get you. It's your boy Ty back here with another video. And in this video today, guys, we're gonna be talking about the gameplay in NBA 2K24. 2 months in. So I gotta be honest, the gameplay is something that always in the community is something that people disagree on. People think the gameplay is going to be catered towards them. And to be honest with you guys, the gameplay is never going to please anybody. That's the first thing I want to make known. In the community, I feel like is always going to complain about something. Now, this video is my thoughts on the gameplay. So just because my thoughts might be something doesn't mean other people's thoughts are going to agree with me. Because I do know a lot of people are still really critical of the gameplay. For me specifically though, I have a little different approach to it. Now before we dive any further into that, if you're new to the channel, smash that subscribe button on the road towards 130,000 subscribers. So as far as the gameplay is concerned, I think this is one of the more fun gameplays we've had in recent memories. Now you guys can go back to your favorite 2K, whatever else. I think this is one of the more fun and more complete games we have had. Now, am I saying that it's perfect? Am I saying that there's no flaws? No, because there are plenty of flaws. Back cuts is a flaw. The gap in limitless range is a flaw. Like limitless range only works if you're far enough back from the hoop. And the 27, 28, 29 feet range, limitless doesn't even get activated. And so there are definitely flaws in the gameplay. But as a whole, I think this is the most complete we've seen. Why? I think mashing is way more balanced than it has been in past years. I don't think there's like a game-breaking glitch in the game either. The dribble glitch was a thing. Speed glitches were a thing. We don't really have any of those in my team, in 2K right now that I have noticed. And so from my side of it, when I really look at the gameplay as a whole, it's the most fun it has been in a very long time. If you know how to 3-hunt, you are immediately so much better than the next best person that you're playing against. And honestly, skill gap wise, this is the biggest skill gap we have seen in recent memory. Now that's my personal opinion on it, because I feel like in recent memory I could lose random games if the game wasn't on my side, stuff like this. But the amount of games that I lose that I shouldn't lose this year is way lower than it has been, and again, my recent memory. Now that's not me saying that I'm gonna always be undefeated and never lose, but I feel like last year, even with the back cuts, mashing was way too overpowered. 3-hunting wasn't nearly as rewarded. Defense wasn't nearly as rewarded last year as it is compared to this year. Now, yes, back cuts in my team are still one of the bigger problems that we have. The CPU's inability to defend back cuts is a massive problem, because a lot of people in the community get really upset about the off-balling in my team, but those are the same people that run back cuts on repeat. To me, that's the biggest gameplay flaw. Back cuts are nearly impossible to defend, and if you play great defense, you can still get back cutted and your CPU can glitch out, and it's basically an easy bucket for your opponent. So if there is one complaint that I do have about the game, it's that back cuts are as overpowered as they are. Triangle cuts are just way too overpowered. Does that mean I think back cuts should be removed in my team? No, because back cuts are a part of the game. But the way that they morph through the defender just shouldn't be what it is, especially if the opponent has off-ball pests and badges and just good defense in general. I think that's the biggest gameplay problem, biggest gameplay flaw I see in the game. I think this year it's more easy to run inside bigs like the Shaq Wilt. They're more useful this year than they have been in the past, because you got guys like Kyrie, guys like Steph that can go off of screens and knock down shots. I think it's just balance too. Whether you like Kyrie, Steph, whether you like Magic, Dwayne Wade, any of those guys can fit your specific gameplay, game style, and it just makes for different lineups in my team as well. The best point guard in the game is up for a debate. You could debate Dwayne Wade, you could debate Magic Johnson, you could debate Steph Curry, you could debate Kyrie Irving, and that all goes back to, I think, well-balanced gameplay. Even if you want to look at play now, I think this is the most balanced play now we have seen in recent memory, where mashing with the Lakers isn't just always the best. Now, are the Lakers still probably the best team? Probably just because defensively they're just ridiculous. But when I look at things on my side of things, I think it's way more balanced than it's been. You know, the guys like the Bucks can go out there and compete because Dame can knock down shots at a really high level, even on Hall of Fame difficulty. And I feel like, in my opinion, the easier it is to knock down shots in my team, the more fun my team is in general. Now, I look, honestly, when 2K said that White's going in, we're coming back to the MyTeam mode, I was a little bit, I thought shooting would be a little bit harder, and it's still not. Shooting is super, super easy to do. But the one thing I like about that is, for even me playing the game, I'd rather have shooting be easier. It's way more fun to play a game in which shooting is easy compared to a game in which shooting is nearly impossible. And so that's the one thing, even this year, a lot of people might not love, but I'm a big fan of it. I would much, much, much rather have shooting be something that everybody is pretty consistent knocking down open shots than missing wide open shots on a consistent basis. That's just my opinion on things. And I'd rather have a game in which mashing isn't the be-all, end-all. I'd rather have a game in which a guy like Dwayne Wade can get that occasional stop on Giannis inside, rather than if you get a mismatch or into the dead zone, it's an automatic mash. I just feel like the game from top to bottom is so much more well balanced between 300, between mashing this year than it has ever been before, and there really is no game-breaking glitch in the game right now either. I get it, the game is not going to be perfect. The game is never going to be perfect, but the one thing I want in my team is a fun gameplay, and I think we have that. Yes, there are plenty of other issues in my team. There's no auction house this year. The game isn't super rewarding when it comes down to the game mode being the game mode rewards being rubies. But as a gameplay game in general, I think 2K is more fun to play this year than it has been in recent memory. For me specifically, I mean 2K19 of my memory was the most fun game in my team history, in my memory. And why? Well, it's because we had Hidu Turkoglu shooting leaners. It's because we had base 11 in the game, and he could just rise up and shoot over everybody. That's when the gameplay is the most fun. The most fun and best are two different things, but they go hand in hand as well, right? There's always gonna be like game breaking, I don't wanna say glitches, but always gonna be stuff that is quote unquote cheese in my team. The biggest cheese this year is back cuts. That's the biggest cheese. And I think the credit goes to 2K in part two, there's no like game breaking glitch in a sense of there's no speed glitch, there's no any glitch like that. Now, do back cuts need to be toned down? Yes. I just think off-ball defense on the CPU back cutting needs to be a little better, so that's just not a bailout. And if that gets fixed, I don't think this game can get much better gameplay-wise. I really don't. And maybe that's just me being a MyTeam fan, a 2K fan in general, and putting blinders on and not seeing things. But I genuinely enjoy playing this game. I genuinely can load up and have fun playing the game. Now, would I have a lot more fun if I got rewarded with good mode rewards? Absolutely. But I'm talking gameplay specifically. I can load up this game and have some fun moving with Steph Curry. Now, I'm gonna be honest. If you're really bad at the game and all you do is back cut, sure, the game's not gonna be a lot of fun. But I'm gonna say it like this. I will never lose to a guy that runs back cuts on every play in my team. I won't. I got Steph, I got Kyrie. I've got enough guys that can move and groove, and I got enough good defenders. I'm not going to lose to somebody that just back cuts on every play. Is it annoying to play against? Absolutely. That is really annoying to play against. But it's not fun to play like that. And so that's the one thing for me. Do I run the occasional back cut? Sure, but I normally do it for spacing purposes more than anything. And for me, I 3-hunt more than ever. And so that's where I've had fun playing the game is I can use guys like you saying Steph Curry. I can use Kyrie Irving. I can use Devin Booker. Heck, I can even 3-hunt decent, let's say with all my no money spent, MJ. If they go under a screen, I can knock shots down. And that's fun for me. Not having to back cut, not having to rim run every play. I think it's balanced, and I genuinely would rather have a game in which shooting is super easy to do than not. And honestly, this year, defensively, I feel like is way, way, way ahead of where it is as far as being rewarded in the past. In the past, I felt like defense just honestly wasn't very rewarding. I felt like I'd get deflections, I'd never get steals. This year, I feel like whether you play on ball, off ball, defense is rewarding. You get rewarded for playing good defense. And the only thing I can really complain about on the defensive end of the court is how good back cuts are. And the answer is not to remove the triangle cut. That's not the answer. The answer is to make defenders able to defend back cuts a little better. I get if I got smothered off-ball pressure on, but I don't. I have moderate on, and there's no way if I have moderate off-ball on that I should be getting back cut on every possession, especially when my opponent doesn't have slippery off-ball and I have off-ball pass. That just doesn't add up to me. That doesn't make sense. So if there is one real gameplay flaw, gameplay mechanic, it's that. Other than that, I would rather shoot leaners with MJ. I would rather shoot, step backs with Steph than mashing every play. And it's kind of, in my opinion, a good thing when Yao comes out or whoever else. Not everybody's gonna run it. For the past 2 years when Yaoist came out, he has ran MyTeam. Why? Because he's been impossible to stop. This year, it's not going to be like that. Because even if you want to look at specifics, a 6'9" Bam Adebayo can stop a Shaq, can stop a Wilt, even though he's got, 4 inches less than him? And that's going to be the same thing. Guys like Wilt, guys like Shaq, they're going to be able to get stops on a guy like Yao, and I think that is going to be super fun. Not having a game that is strictly ran by height. Now, obviously, height is still helpful on the defensive end of the court. I'm never going to sit there and argue against that. I'm just saying, in my opinion, gameplay-wise, that is not something to really complain about. Yes, there's specific things like back cuts, like Limitless being glitched, like, certain things that don't work, that should work. But I do think, as a whole, 2K, gameplay-wise, is not where we need to be complaining. Look, back cuts right there. My MJ literally got stuck on his Devin Booker. I had to step with Shaq. That's the big red flag, is the back cuts. Everything else, I like. I like defense. I like offense. I like the movement. I like this game, gameplay-wise. I don't think there are many flaws in it. So that's my opinion on the MyTeam gameplay 2 months into this thing. I'm eager to hear you guys' thoughts and comments on this down below in the comments, because this is something that obviously not everybody in the MyTeam community is going to like. Some people are going to hate the gameplay, and more people probably dislike this gameplay than like it. But what I would point to is, if you're disliking the gameplay, are you a 3-hunter? And are you good at getting open from the 3-point line? Because if you're not, that's probably why you're not enjoying gameplay, to be honest with you. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments, guys. Drop a like on the video, subscribe if you're new, and as always, man, I love you guys. Have a blessed day.